Akechi Mitsuhide was a samurai during the Sengoku period and is best known as being one of the trusted generals of Oda Nobunaga, as well as being his assassin. Believed to have been born in 1528 at Tara Castle, Mitsuhide first served under the wandering shogun Ashikaga Yoshiaki as one of his bodyguards, and in 1569 at the Battle of Hankokoji, Mitsuhide managed to defend the shogun and repulse the Miyoshi clan, and in the process impress Oda Nobunaga, who was returning to Kyoto to support Yoshiaki. He was offered a position in Nobunaga's army, and Mitsuhide decided to serve under the shogun and also join Oda Nobunaga. He fought in many battles for Nobunaga. In 1570, at the Siege of Kanagasaki, Mitsuhide joined Toyotomi Hideyoshi to serve as the rear guard for departing forces. And in 1572, Mitsuhide participated in the Siege of Mount Hiei against the Ikoa-ki rebellion. The Ikoa-ki were leagues of warrior monks and peasants that opposed the rule of daimyos and were among the last to stand in the way of Oda Nobunaga's bid to conquer all of Japan. After the siege of Mount Hiei, Mitsuhide received the Sakamoto area and built Sakamoto Castle, and in 1573, after Ashikaga Yoshiaki raised armies against Nobunaga, Mitsuhide split from Yoshiaki and served as a senior retainer of Nobunaga in battles at Ishiyama Castle and Imakatata Castle. In 1575, Mitsuhide participated at the Battle of Nagashino, where the combined forces of Tokugawa Ieyasu and Oda Nobunaga fought Takeda Katsuri, and the allied forces won a crushing victory over the Takeda clan. And as a result, Nobunaga's unification of Japan was seen as imminent. In 1576, Mitsuhide would lead an army to attack Ishiyama Hongaji Fortress, which was the Ikoa-ki's last bastion of strength, but Mitsuhide's forces were quickly repelled by 15,000 Ikoa-ki defenders, and he was forced to request for reinforcements to Nobunaga, who was staying in Kyoto. 3 more years passed, with Mitsuhide constantly battling in wars and putting down rebellions, bringing us to 1579, when we start to see the relationship between Mitsuhide and Nobunaga start to crack. In 1579, Mitsuhide captured Yakami Castle by agreeing to a peace deal where he offered his mother as a hostage to allow the enemy to surrender, but once the enemy arrived at Azuchi Castle, one of Nobunaga's primary residents, to formally surrender and offer his apology, Nobunaga ordered his immediate execution. The enemy troops still in Yakami Castle, hearing that their lord had been executed, killed Mitsuhide's mother. This put a great strain on Mitsuhide's and Nobunaga's relationship, and shows Nobunaga's cold-blooded treatment against even his longest-serving retainers. In 1580, after years of no progress sieging Ishiyama Hongaji, Nobunaga banished the commander-in-charge, Sakuma Nobumori, to Mount Kyozen, and gave command of his troops to Mitsuhide, giving him the largest army in the Kansai area. In 1582, Mitsuhide was ordered by Nobunaga to march west to assist Toyotomi Hideyoshi, who was at the time fighting the Mori clan. Ignoring his orders though, Mitsuhide assembled an army of 13,000 soldiers and moved against Nobunaga's position at Honnoji. His army attacked the temple that held the unguarded Nobunaga, and eventually set it on fire, forcing Oda Nobunaga to commit seppuku. Nobunaga's son Oda Nobutada fled the scene, but was surrounded at Nijo Castle and killed. Despite not killing Nobunaga personally, Mitsuhide claimed responsibility for his death. His betrayal shocked the capital, and he was forced to move quickly to secure his position. He looted Azuchi Castle to reward his men and maintain their loyalty. He then attempted to make gestures of friendship to a panicked imperial court, and made many attempts to win over the other clans, but to no avail. He had planned on Toyotomi Hideyoshi being too occupied fighting with the Mori to respond to his coup d'etat. However, having learned of the assassination of his lord, Hideyoshi quickly signed a peace treaty with the Mori, and alongside Tokugawa Ieyasu, rushed to be the first to avenge Nobunaga. Hideyoshi force-marched his army to Setsu in 4 days, and caught Mitsuhide off guard. During this time, Mitsuhide had been unable to garner any support for his cause, and his army had dwindled down to 10,000 men. Hideyoshi, however, had won over former Oda retainers, including Niwa Nagahide and Ikeda Tsuneoki, and had a strength of 20,000 men. On July 2, 1582, the two forces met at the Battle of Yamazaki. The battle was said to be a slaughter, with Mitsuhide making a host of tactical errors that would lead to his downfall, from allowing the enemy higher ground to not securing his flank. The battle was said to be all over within 2 hours, and Akechi Mitsuhide would be killed while attempting to flee the battle. Hideyoshi had successfully avenged Nobunaga's death, and quickly set about taking his place at the top of the samurai world, and continued Nobunaga's dream of unifying Japan. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed, please like and subscribe, and comment your thoughts on the video down below. See you next time.